the one 2 years ago and this one, some of the first, not the first, but exhibitions of just queer artists that you have. Why is it important to kind of show art together in this way? And what's unique about it? I just was wondering if you could comment a little about that, having your art alongside, dozens of other queer artists.
Taking a wider view, why is it important to pull all of these different artists together into one exhibit?
I would say for this particular exhibit, well, not even this particular, this is going to be kind of a general question, okay? But a general answer. But to even think about how you have exhibitions that have exclusively Black artists, you have exhibitions that have exclusively women artists, you have exhibitions that may have exclusively Arab artists, or even though trans are part of the LGBTQ, you may have just like specific that's because like these are individual groups who have traditionally not garnered attention from the wider art world, right? Traditionally in the history of art, you would have straight white men who are predominantly shown together and their work would be in concert, and this is what they teach you in history. Then, you may get white women in there, but for the most part, the art world is very, very white, and it's very straight and very specific. And so I think it's important to have exhibitions like this, as well as any group of people who have been marginalized, to like come together to kind of show that there is a vast array and like wealth of like beauty and like art that can come from like just that one particular grouping of people. Like how much does the queer community have to offer the art world? So what is the diversity and the breadth of work that you can see across people, right? Queer people are not all the same. Like there's a million different ways to be anything, right? And an exhibition like this shows that. And it's really important for me to be a part of it because I'm not like this artist, right? But this artist isn't like me. But yet our work can sit in concert with one another and like really be shown to the public and engage people in that way. And it's beautiful, and I think it works. So like that's why I think this is important. So whenever I see a show like that, you may see this online and it says all women, or even when this show was online, you could see it in some of the feeds where people would say, well, why is there a show of like all gay art, or why is it this? Because it's necessary, Like, you don't have an abundance of them and you want to complain about this one, stop it. This is an awesome show, and it's a really important show.
Right, and it's also, like, it's an organizing principle, right?
Indeed.
It's about conversation and engagement. It's an organizing principle. And to your point, communities have individuals that have things in common. That doesn't mean we're not a monolith.
Indeed.
So we have to, and there's subtlety to that, and that's the beauty of art.
Yeah.
That was great. Okay, I will, if you can just stay here, I'm going to get a reaction shot of, basically a shot of Chris from another angle, but the interview itself is over.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So you just stay here is what I'm asking for. Okay, perfect. That was so wonderful, Taiwan.
Thank you. You guys asked great questions.
That was good. No, it was really, I really enjoyed chatting with you. I'm trying to do it in person, but it worked out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Martin. Is it okay if you move to that side of the... Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Where did you go to grad school?
New York Academy of Art. It's a long name. New York Academy of Art Graduate School of Figurative Art. It's a really long name.
And at one point you referenced George Bush. I didn't want to stop you. Which one?
W.
Yeah.
I moved to New York. When I went to grad school, I moved to New York 2 weeks before 9/11. Yeah, my school was downtown, so I was one of the people running from the planes and all of that stuff. Running from the dust, and yeah, it was wild.
Okay.
Have you had long designs on wanting to spend time in New York?
I really wanted to go to that school. New York was cool, but once I got there, it's a lot to live in New York. It's a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like there's such a unifying factor of people that end up there that have a New York itch.
Yeah.
I love the New York conversations around raising these. It's like I like to know when they got the itch, why they think they got the itch, and if the itch was satisfied.
Yeah, I kind of had, I usually just stay 3 days before it just stops feeling like a vacation, and I have to leave immediately. 'Cause I'm like, I'll literally feel like just a regular New Yorker again, like super high paced, stress, going through the subway, and like, okay, this isn't, this isn't the goal. So, yeah.
Yeah, my New York itch, I had it early on, and we lived in the city for about 5 years, and now I'm good. I go back in occasionally, but I'm good.
Yeah, no.
But it was to me, I had such a romantic vision of it, and a lot of it was fulfilled, but, it's taxing and tiring.
Yeah.
Do you mind talking for like a minute or something, Tyler, about anything really? I just need to get a video of Chris nodding.
Yeah. What was I was literally about to say something.
Do you have the exhibition coming up, or New York, London? Talk about your time in London.
Yeah, when I was in graduate school, I went on fellowship to go study at the Royal Academy of Art for a while. I was there for like maybe like a month and a little bit. But that was also weird because I forgot it was just whatever day the war broke out when the U.S. hit the Middle East. So it's like I got on the plane to go to London. It was a 9-hour flight, so we weren't at war. When I got off the plane, the United States was in full armed conflict in the Middle East. And so as soon as I landed in London and got to the Royal Academy of Art, I'm still jet lagged, and I'm trying to get used to it. And people are asking me all these questions like, "How do you feel about the States going to war with, like in the Middle East?" I'm like, I just got here. Like that wasn't even a thing when I got off of the plane. It was really weird, but London was cool. I really liked London.
That is sorry. That's enough of
Okay.
that. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you guys. Thank you both. Have a
Chris,
wonderful Saturday.
take care, man.
It's a pleasure to meet with you.
You too.